I'm Mary Anne Kuebler, and I'm the Artistic Director of Dance Fusion Academy of Dance. We offer a wide variety of classes for children to adult from 1.5 years of age to, I think, our oldest dancer is close to 70. We do ballet, jazz, tap, musical theater, hip hop, break dance. We have aerial and acro classes. Registration is open for fall 21 or 2021. So please contact the studio as Audio Jungle. I'm Mary Anne Kuebler, and we're at Dance Fusion Academy of Dance. And I'm here with Danielle Alasaad, who is one of our main aerial acro instructors. And we're going to do a demonstration on some of the classes that you can take here, which I think is kind of novel in Sherwood Park. We offer lots of classes for beginners up to probably intermediate advanced students. So Danielle, I'll let you take it away.
Hi, once again, I'm Danielle. I started teaching at Dance Fusion probably about 10 years ago. My background actually started when I was young and I started dancing. I actually stopped dancing in grade 8 and I decided to get involved with cheerleading. So cheerleading kind of took over. I went through junior high, and during my high school years, the ladies that I had coaching me were quite inconsistent, and we had a really energetic bunch of cheerleaders that wanted to continue. Having the most experience in the group, I decided to start coaching, and I started coaching cheerleading teams right from high school all the way until probably about 2015. So my coaching background for cheer started at elementary and junior high levels, and then it incorporated into high school and Grant MacEwan College as well. From there, I also taught pro dance teams. So I would have been with the Edmonton Chill, the Edmonton Energy, and the Edmonton Rush. When I started at Dance Fusion, I actually offered an intro to POM. So POM is basically the dance styles that you'll see a lot of cheerleaders do, so they're not doing lifts or stunts. From there, I decided to approach Mary Anne about a few other things, and we came up with some interesting classes, which would be burlesque. We had a more advanced 18 plus group that came on, and we called them Divine, and they did a variety of things. They would do jazz, hip hop, lyrical, burlesque as well. From there, we also offered cheer and poem classes in a dance setting. And then we also, eventually, it went into acro and aerial as well for my history here at Dance Fusion. We started the aerial program 3 years ago, and it's been awesome. We actually do the hoop, the silks. We have the silks knotted today, but they're usually in aerial silk, and we also do the trapeze bar as well. And this year, we're super excited to introduce hammocks as well.
Them too, Michael, when he was here. Did you notice? He did that.
They're not sticky.
Yeah.
Oh, he re-wrapped again? Oh, good.
Yeah, that was nice, eh? You guys said you're feeling a little bit out of shape. They haven't done anything for 3 months, so I'm sure, right?
Yeah, the hands, the head.
Yeah.
Get dizzy all over again.
Yep. to make the logistics work, these two are gonna go for, of course, the middle of July, but trying to make it work with COVID. Yeah.
So what level are we looking at in terms of being able to do these kind of drops, pulls?
Well, Julia's been doing it for what, 3 years? You started right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So I would say intermediate. And we are restricted with some things that we can do here because of our ceiling height. But we're pretty much intermediate. There's not much that we can't do, Danielle, in the silks and stuff, right?
Thank you.
So what we're doing is giving the kids a good basis for another dance form down the road when they're done school, if they wanted to pursue things. There are many dance companies that hire students that have a background with some aerial, so it just gives them something else to add to their plate, right?
Now it's very 360. It's very spherical. It's global movement.
Yes.
You know, so it's it's giving you as dancers, an expanded awareness and consciousness of your movement in your body. Now, when you're performing and you're in those moves, where are you at concentration-wise? Are you in a creative kind of flow, or are you specifically concentrating?
I think when you're first starting, you're concentrating in not letting yourself relax. It's actually the opposite. I know we look relaxed and we look like we're having fun, but you're concentrating on making sure you maintain your flexibility and keep the strength behind that flexibility. After you get more comfortable and you hit certain positions, sometimes you'll see us pause in a position. I think that's when you're starting to think, what can I do next?
Okay.
Yeah, so the creativity comes after time. Usually the first part, I'd say probably the first year or two, it's strictly one move, come down, go up, try again.
And then, so to get to, I know we had said some years, but in terms of the number of classes or modules that someone would have to take to get to this kind of ability?
Yeah, so Julia started 3 years ago. So as soon as we started offering it, she started. She is one of our more advanced students.
Okay.
So she's been able to go through the trapeze with all the basic skills and the hoop with all the basic skills. From there, they would go on to the silks. The silks are a little bit harder. Well, not a little bit harder, a lot harder. This is the fun version of silks.
Having a knot, it's called a hammock, right?
It's mimicking a hammock.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll leave the knot in so that they still get a chance to go on there, but it does require a lot more strength because they have to be able to climb. So if these were free and she's climbing up there and I need her to do something and something goes wrong, I can't come climbing up after her and rescue her.
Right.
So that's why the strength there has to be top notch. I don't go and teach aerial silks right off the top. They have to master the other stuff as well.
So then as a personal art form, as a dance form, it seems to be a very interesting one. Do you find yourself, choosing this dance form personally, like when you decide to come or to go dance, to dance and express yourself? Are you using this style?
Actually, this year would have been our first year. We did a competition and introduced aerial for our studio in a competition setting. We never got to do it, so I think it was really good practice for us to understand what could go wrong and what would we do in the event. So it's actually gave us a little bit of a different insight on how we're going to do next year too. But yeah, I think a lot of kids come here because they like the jungle gym at school, right? So it's that same kind of feeling, but at least they could come in an environment and learn safe stuff and have stuff to do. Kids with a lot of acro training enjoy it, as well as we have some students that don't do dance at all and they do strictly aerial. So I think it complements dancers, and then it would complement your acro students, but also it gives those that want to strictly stick to aerial, they still have to have amazing strength and flexibility to pull it off.
So Julie, how did you find it? Because this is very courageous, and you're flipping upside down. You know, you're gripping in different spots. So you've had to overcome a lot of fear and a lot of inhibition and a lot of not even knowing if you can do it.
Yeah.
And now you can do it. And now there's no inhibition. And now there's still fear, but because you're pushing yourself to do even harder things.
Yeah.
How do you find those kind of skills now? You know, courage and creativity has helped you in, like, say, school or other things that you do.
I mean, it's definitely made me like more of like an out person. Like I'm normally shy, but now I'm a little more like bold and stuff. And
Excellent.
it's just a way to express myself.
When you started here, Julia, you were doing dance, right?
I had done prom and musical theater.
That's what I thought. And now you're pretty much just acro and aerial.
Yeah, and then I do teen jazz.
You do teen jazz. Are you doing musical theater this year too?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And I
So,
did cheer.
yeah, but there's a lot of kids now that started with a whole bunch of things and now have just kind of condensed and are just in here on Saturday. Tuesday or Saturday is pretty much aerial and prom nights, and they're here, right? Because this is their focus, and that's what they want to focus on. So it's kind of brought in a different vein of training here, I think.
I think it's good too, because I've noticed a lot of students, if they do come in trying one thing that we offer that may not be as easily available, they'll usually pick up other dance disciplines.
Yeah.
So it feeds into Miss Mary Anne's other. So, you know, they'll come from musical theater, they start doing ballet, they start doing hip hop. So I think it's great both ways. We're introducing them to dance, and then we're introducing dancers to aerial.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great.
It's a fascinating blend of grace and bravery.
Yeah, it's
cool.
pretty cool. It is
It's
cool.
awesome. They
Yeah.
love it. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
anybody would ever say they didn't love it.
Okay.
So Hailey is in the Acro program at Dance Fusion. She is one of our older students, and what we're finding is some of our older students, when they started Acro at an older age, they are going to be a little bit more limited into what they can do, depending on how far they can go with their growing bodies and all that fun stuff. So Hailey is in one of our higher levels because of her age, but she's still learning every day. She's learning how to hold things longer. She's learning how to do different variations, the progressions into all of the moves. So today she's just going to do something basic. It's been a while with COVID going on. We haven't had the best luck with grass that's been dry where we live. So Hailey, go ahead if you want to do some sort of combo there.
That's good.
Right from where you are. Yeah. Spot over here. Or you're frozen.
Mm-hmm.
I have not fallen this many times in ever.
Just go slow. It's better.
It's been a while.
So cool. So Hailey, I noticed your flexibility is incredible. How long did it take you to have your muscles and tendons get to the point where you can do this kind of dance and performance?
I've been doing acro for about 5 years now. I know when I was little, I used to do gymnastics and stuff, but I stopped for a while and I did more dance. And then the past 3 years, I stopped dance and I did more like acro and aerial and sheer type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to get back into all of it now, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And how do you find as the athlete part of this kind of dance? It's almost an extreme dance, and you are very flexible. So are you injury free, or is it something do you get hurt?
I'm prone to accidents and injuries, but I just kind of push through it. So yeah, but I'm always getting hurt. I will admit that.
Haley's actually, the one interesting thing about Acro is everyone's like, oh, you gotta be flexible. Yes, you do, but you have to be able to control that flexibility, or you will get injured, or you'll have a very short lifespan of doing Acro because you're gonna be injured. But she has a very good, decent range of both. So her problem with flexibility is more her shoulders.
So it's a shoulder thing that
It's a
she's
shoulder
getting
thing, so
strained.
her shoulders are tighter because she is stronger.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where she is. But as far as splits and everything, as you saw, that is not a problem for her. So some kids have the flexibility in the shoulders, but not in their split variations. So there's always something they're working on, whether it's their stretching components or the strength. Very few kids have a balance of both.
Yeah, so it's like any other,
Yes.
extreme, not extreme, but intense sport that you're getting shoulder, knee, elbow kind of tenderness, but you have to, with your coach and your training and your diet, you don't look injured. You're not limping now. So I was just wondering because it's pretty good now. How do you do those like backward? How do you learn that to just sort of go in and out backwards? That's something.
Yeah, you gotta like work into it. Like start with going down onto higher surfaces and like stretching out your back, and then like lowering your way down to the ground until you can like keep that range, I guess.
Now,
Yeah, progression.
I asked this of all the dancers who, it appears to me that you can do this kind of stuff outside of the academy. So what kind of moves do you find if you're walking around with your friends and stuff and you're just being silly? Which of these moves do you do?
Oh, honestly, probably some walkovers and straddle presses and just cartwheels, just anything.
That's good fun. That's a lot of fun. You guys can all come in.
Yeah, come on, you guys, come on out. I just want to thank these guys for coming in so that we could do this. I thought it would be nice to show something a little bit different that isn't available at a lot of other facilities in Sherwood Park. I'm Mary Anne Kuebler. This is Dance Fusion Academy of Dance, and you're watching us on TVU, Sherwood Park. Thank you for stopping by.
I'm Mary Anne Kuebler, and I'm the Artistic Director of Dance Fusion Academy of Dance. We offer a wide variety of classes for children to adult from 1.5 years of age to, I think our oldest dancer is close to 70. We do ballet, jazz, tap, musical theater, hip hop, break dance. We have aerial and acro classes. Registration is open for fall 2021. So please contact the studio as